What is your problem? So yeah, the F King problem. Today we're gonna talk about something very sensitive. So people are talking about intrusive thoughts, and even better, intrusive sexual drive. Oh my goodness, this is a topic that a lot of people would like. Kind of, we're not gonna talk about it, but you know what? You're in luck. Today we're talking about this topic. Hi, I am Chi Sifu, a Taoist master from Lineage that practice Samlo Taoism, the power of purity. I teach Taoist magic and have been helping people to deal with spiritual problems for over 3 decades. If you're looking for Taoist magic learning from home, no need to travel. You are in the right place. So let's get started. So I got asked this question all the time. Oh yeah, how do you deal with it? Right? I want to have no sexual drive so that I can focus on spiritual. No, 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 no. Wait a minute. First of all, being spiritual, cultivating all these Taoism stuff and magic and all that have nothing to do with cutting off your sexual side of life. Okay, you can have a spouse, you can get married, you can have kids, not a problem. Okay, you can do all that. So being a Taoist, a master of magic, you do not have to cut off your whatever, right? That thing. You don't have to cut off the sexual side of life. It's not related. But there's a but. When you have intrusive sexual drive, like you're doing something and suddenly it just kicked in, uninvited, unwanted, uncontrollable. You don't know why, and then suddenly you have all the thoughts, or you don't know why, and suddenly you have all these ideas in your head and all that. That is not right. That is wrong. That is what we call sickness. In our lineage, we have something called celestial medic. Celestial medic in Chinese Cantonese is Tin Yi. Tin Yi. It is very alike with what you call TCM today, Zhong Yi, right? The Chinese way of medicine, right? Traditional Chinese medicine. It's very alike, but it's not exactly the same thing. We look at things a little bit differently, but very alike. You can say they are very compatible with each other's. If you're not looking at the scammy, sketchy, iffy, westernized, Americanized TCM, okay, you look at the real TCM. Yeah, that's very aligned with us in a way. We are not okay with Western medicine the way how they treat these kind of problems. I have a disciple and she had that issue, like intrusively, the sexual drive just kicked in, and it's like almost every second, every hour, there's like this drive that makes her want. And then what they do, okay, the Western medicine is, yeah, eat more pills, this pill, and then it makes it like tone down to like, oh, once a day, maybe like that, or a few times a day, like it lessen. But you also become like there's like side effect with the medicine, right? It gets you more tired, sleeping all the time, and basically it numbs your system and you can function. It's not solving any problem. You're just like stopping the alarm when it's beeping, and the problem is still there. We have a fire alarm right here, right? When you have fire, smoke, it beeps, beep, beep, beep. Very annoying. What the Western doctors are doing is they remove that battery so it's not going to beep. But the fire is still there, burning. What are you doing? Yeah, so to us, dealing with it with Western medicine is total BS. Don't go for that. Now, I can tell you that I can fix this problem for you if you get ordained, if you listen to me, and if you follow everything to do what it takes to get it resolved. I cannot just like, here's a little magical thing, put it in your mouth, eat it, and it will be gone. That's not possible. I fix a lot of people having this issue. Uh, so in my history of teaching disciples, right, a few of them, a bunch of them have this issue, and they all say it get better. It has gotten better, and then eventually it's cured. Why? Because it's a health issue. Yeah, it has two factors. One is what we call evil crap. When there's like evil magic, evil spirit, the chi from these things, the energy from these things, when they attack, they will cause that problem. Okay? And another thing is your life issue. Yeah. Like, for example, if you live in a family that always abuse you and all that stuff, right? You have a lot of built up emotion, uh, what we call like the yip, like a bunch of chi that is stuck, and that will ruin the way your system work. So if you always have like a very sad family, like they always scold you, blame you, and all that, like a bad family, that can also create this kind of problem, like a mental issue. And also, most importantly, is your diet. The way you eat and sleep really affect that because you ruin the system. This sexual drive issue is mostly related to three things: what we call the liver, the heart, and the spleen. But it is not what the Western doctors say the liver, heart, and spleen. So you don't go to the hospital and check up an organ because the way we say these words, like liver, heart, and spleen, is not about the physical organ that the Western medicine talk about. Even for TCM doctors, when they say like your kidney is weak or whatever, it's not that kidney that you can see inside. It's the metaphor of a function in your system. It's not physical. Okay? And I have a Chinese doctor, ex disciple, and he actually say the same thing. Like in TCM, the way we talk about a five organ, it's not a physical organ. So when a TCM doctor say you have like kidney deficiency, you go to the hospital to check. The hospital will say your kidney is fine because the two kidneys are not the same thing. We're not talking about the same thing. In celestial medic, it's also like that. Okay, so that's why I say we are very aligned because the way we explain the organs is not the same way as the Western medicine. So in your energy body right here, okay, between the two nipple around this place is the heart, and here and up, okay, is the entrance. When the bad energy enters, we call that the evil wind, right? It enters from the top. When it comes to here, it's the first stage. It creates the sexual drive by giving you like ideas, visuals, and things like that. So suddenly in your mind, you have like porn stuff, naked people, dicks and vaginas and all that coming up. Okay, you start seeing things. You have thoughts, ideas, weird stuff going on. And then when this thing attacks lower and go to the heart, it makes your feeling, it spark up an urge like I want, I want, I want. You don't know why. You cannot control. It's like you lost control over yourself. And when it goes down below the heart, it attacks the spleen. And when it attacks the spleen system, right, this lower part is where your positive soul chi, the yang hei, is stored, and that's the power for uh, fueling your physical body, your physical organ, your physical everything. So when that happens, you have the urge to ejaculate. So people will want to just masturbate or do something to make that happen. They just need to release it because the evil wind is here, stirring up that crap. And also in the TCM view, they will say you have a lot of damp heat right here. So people are sick and they have this feeling. Usually they will like have diet issue. The diet issue create like a blockage and like operating flow uh, clog. So the spleen cannot process the blood to go and cycle. And because of that, you will have digestive issue as well. You will have the problem with pooping. Sometimes it's like you can't poop for days because of that. So yeah, a lot of issue will happen besides just the sexual drive. But once you release, you think that the problem is over, but it's not, because very soon it will come again, and you're just getting weaker and weaker physically. So it's not a fix to release it, right? It's not really fixing anything. You're just doing what that evil force wants you to do, which is weakening yourself. So what do you do to fix the problem? Well, of course, my timer is up, so I can keep go on and on. But at least now you know I explained to you in the celestial medic system how we see this, and it's not something that you cannot fix. But you cannot fix it by just being a client right here, because I cannot teach you enough, and you cannot change enough to fix that problem. So I would say if you have this problem, get ordained, and then tell me about yourself, your life, and all that, and we'll work on a plan to get you fixed. I can guarantee you that it will be fixed because I have seen it happen, and I'm very confident that I can deal with this problem for you. It's not like that hard to deal with, and there's no side effect when you deal with this problem using our method. You won't get like more tired and then all numb and cannot think and all day like a zombie. That won't happen. The first thing is, like in our lineage, we always look at the cause of the problem. We say there's evil invasion coming in, right? Where did that thing come from? We have to find out, where does it come from. Sometimes it's like you have this evil thing in your house, in your family, or people around you, etc. We would cut that thing off first. You have to deal with the source of the problem first, and then we fix you, right? So usually it's, you always have to find out, like, where did the cause of the problem come from, and that is different for everyone. Sometimes for this person is like their family issue, this person is the husband issue, this person is like their religion's issue, right? So whatever that is, find out that problem, cut it off, and then fix the problem in you. We can fix it, but I cannot just fix it by giving you something small. You need to get ordained. You need to start learning, cultivating, following the guidance, and I guarantee you, you will get it fixed. So today, timer is up. We'll see you in the next one. And if you want to learn or even get help, you can go to teenyetdragon.com. We'll see you in the next video.